Guys, this is my first ever video. I've been getting some questions about how I do my makeup and some people have been asking me to record it. So I figured why not try it. So this is the first time. I'm really sorry if this goes awkwardly. I'm not good at talking to people. But I already have all of my face on. I moisturized, I did my primer and all that. I used the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer under my foundation. And I used the L'Oreal Infallible, and this is in the shade 410. And then I used, of course, my Morphe pencils. This one's in Java, this one's in Praline for my eyebrows. And I carved them out with my P. Louise concealer. And now I'm going to use this again to prime my lids so we can start our eyeshadow. And you want to make sure you get a nice, even, tacky layer, because this will really make your eyeshadow pop. This eye base is in the shade Rumor 01 because I have really light skin. And I just like to get that everywhere, all around the eye, especially with the type of eye look that we're going to be doing today. You really want that eyeshadow to pop. It's nice and bright too, so it'll work as a concealer. I just want to really blend that in. This is the Avani Grig, the Bibs palette. And we're gonna go in with this dark blue right here. It's called I Cry. This is a Morphe E36. See how tiny that is? So I'm gonna dip into that I Cry color. I'm gonna look down in this mirror. My mirror is down here. And I just like to get it all into that crease. So I just dab little bits of shadow at a time, just to get that really pigmented. Just right in your crease. I usually just follow that shape. I'm just really packing on that color to make sure you have a really dark, bright blue. And now I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M321 brush. It's just a nice, soft blending brush. And I'm gonna blend that blue through the crease, just so we can get a nice blended line for when we put the orange down. And I'm only doing this side, this color, because I want to try a different look over here. Maybe see if I could record that one too. Okay, so now that that color is pretty blended, I'm gonna go in with a slightly bigger brush. So now I'm gonna go in with the M506 from Morphe. It's just this nice little blending brush, a little bit bigger than the one that we just used. And I'm gonna go in with this purple slash pinky color right up here. And I'm gonna pack that color like halfway into the blue, just so we get a nice blend. And I like to do little bits at a time so we can really get pigmented colors. I'm just really blending it through that blue color. And with eyeshadows like this, like, you really do have to trust the process because it'll look messy, but it won't when you're done. I'm gonna go in with this orange color called You Mad, and I'm gonna blend that right on top of the purple. I'm just taking this blue shade that we used earlier and taking it down my lid. And I'm gonna do the same with that pinky shade. Now I'm gonna go in with a lighter orange in this palette right here. And I'm just gonna blend that right over that dark orange there. And it might look like we're starting to lose some of our blue, but we're gonna add it back. And I'm really trying to keep a rounded shape. Now I'm gonna go in with the yellow in this palette called Beep Boop. Beep Boop. And we're gonna blend that right under our brow. Just at the top as that like bright focal color. Where you can kind of start to see it come along your eyeshadow look, but it still takes so much more. And now we just want to blend that like right here. So now we're gonna go back in with our orange shades and we're gonna work our way back down the color chain that we just used. And we're just really blending that through. Now we're gonna go through with this smaller brush with that darker orange again. And I'm gonna go in with that tiny little brush and take that dark blue again and buff that through. And now I'm gonna take this blending brush again and blend all those colors through. This is just a clean brush, nothing on it. We're just blending. And I'm gonna take that orange one more time and just really blend those edges. Alrighty, now that we have our crease all blended and ready to go, I'm just gonna put all those blending brushes we just used to the side, just in case if I need them again. So I'm just gonna start by cleaning out where I want my cut crease to start. You could use any cream cleanser that you have. And I'm doing this because it's gonna have a nice clean base for my eyeshadow to go on to. My eyeshadow, my eye primer. And it also helps you map out the shape of where you want that cut crease before you have to get that concealer on. So you know what it's gonna look like. Okay, so now that I've mapped out my shape of where I want this cut crease to go, I'm gonna take that flat eyeshadow brush that I pulled out, and this I just got off Amazon. I usually just go for any set that has good review. And I'm gonna take that P. Louise concealer again. Okay, now that I have carved out my crease, I'm gonna go in the Avani Greg palette again and take that white shade up there and a flat shader brush. This one is the Morphe M167. Just nice and flat, and I'm gonna take that white and start it right here. And now I'm gonna take that dark blue that we were using earlier on the same small brush, and I'm gonna start blending it this way. Now that I like that shape, I'm gonna take that dark orange and blend that onto the lid with the same brush that I used before as well. I'm kind of starting like right here to make it look like it's coming more towards that white color. And since I like the placement of that, I'm gonna go over towards that lighter orange shade that we used with the same brush again. And I'm gonna blend that towards the white, just like I did with the others. And again, as you blend these colors over each other, it's gonna look like they're disappearing, but we're gonna go back just like we did in the crease to make them all look bright again. And now I'm gonna go in, not with the same brush that I used for the yellow, because I want the yellow to be much more controlled, but we're gonna go in with this Morphe. It doesn't say which one it is, but I got this from the Sweet Oasis collection. And it's this little brush right here. It's kind of fluffy. It'll help us blend out that yellow. I don't want to put that on the white. I'm going to blend it into it a little bit. And now again, we're going to go back just like we did with the crease and reapply those dark shades. Now I'm going to go through with a big blending brush and just blend all this together in the crease, just to make sure it's all really cohesive. Wow, I think it's done. I just need my lashes. I bet you're too late, baby, you gonna a birthday. Now I'm gonna use a pair of these lashes I got on Amazon. They were really cheap. It's from this company back here. They do not come with the rhinestones. Those are stuck on them from in my arts and crafts drawer. But they're pretty good. It's a multi-pack, so you got a lot of different kinds in here, and it's pretty cheap, so why not? And I'm gonna use these right here. They look pretty dramatic. Okay, so now we're gonna apply our lashes. I use the Duo Lash Quick Set Strip Lash Glue. It dries clear. I'm just gonna make sure I get that right on my lash line. Wow, okay, quick side note. My lashes usually do not go on this easily. That took one try, thank God. Okay, so I'm back. I just did my lipstick while waiting for my lashes to dry. I used the ColourPop Lippy Sticks in the shade Goldie, and at the twilight I put Goldie around and then twilight in the center. And now I'm just going to apply some mascara to those lashes. Okay, so I'm going to take this angled, it's like an eyebrow brush from Morphe. It's the M158. I'm sure you're not supposed to use it for this, but I don't care. And I'm going to take the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and I'm going to use the shade I'm In It. It's this sparkly shader right here. It's like iridescent white. I'm gonna put that on my brush, and I'm gonna take that and put it right here. And there we have it. I hope that video actually turned out good, and I can actually post this somewhere, because this came out pretty good today. Thank you for watching, and I hope you watch again.